Hey, what's going on, everyone? Let me do a quick check here. I want to look at something. StreamYard is doing something that I'm not used to right now visually. And if it's showing over on YouTube, then I'm going to stop it. Okay. No, I can't see it over there. That's good. All right. Let me fix my speaker here. All right. I just wanted to do a quick stream post the spring game. As many of you know, I wasn't there. I was in Buffalo doing a book signing. Thank you to everyone who watched that live stream. That was a bit of an experiment. That was a bit of it was something I did last minute. My best friend said, why don't you live stream the book? And while folks like Johnny Olden and the rest of the gang were at the spring game last week with the OG of the defense, Wink Martindale, I was over in Buffalo presenting my book and also listening to the spring game on YouTube. They were a couple of channels showing, well, not showing it, but giving you play-by-play feedback on the game itself with a still screen. So unfortunately, they didn't broadcast it live for the rest of the nation to see this season. Thank you to everyone who watched and liked last Wednesday's stream. Okay. It turns out Marmar reached out to me and said, hey, yo, let's do something else. So I said, okay, yeah, it's time for me to do something else. And I want to read something about Michigan's quarterbacks beyond Bryce Underwood. And then I think Marmar is going to show up and he's going to talk about the spring game and he's going to share his feedback on the spring game because he was there, I believe, with Johnny Olden. I don't know if he was sitting with Johnny, but folks were there, even though I wasn't. So hopefully he shows up. I'm going to keep this at about an hour, and then I am going to hop off. So let's go blue. I'm going to read a short piece by Isaiah Hole, and yeah, then we'll jump in. Hopefully Marmar shows up, and well, he did exit. He did tweet it earlier, so he'll show up. All right, I'll see you on the other side of the intro. Let's go blue. Let's go blue. Yeah, it's done. You guys are watching me. I'm pulling up something here on Google relating to the spring game. Let's see, Michigan. Let's just do the stats. Okay, so they logged the big plays on MGO Blue. I was looking at that before the stream. It looks like the weather over in Buffalo, it was wet and rainy. I suspect the weather was similar over in Ann Arbor. Whoever was there, let me know. Yeah, so the spring game was last Saturday. They didn't televise it live. Apparently, they're going to throw it up on the Big Ten Network for those of us who weren't there last Saturday. But I will tell you what, when I was flying back from Buffalo here to the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, I was looking at the picture of Johnny Olden and the rest of the gang with Wink Martindale, the OG of the defense, the Ravens defense. And I was thinking, man, I think I'm going to go to a game this year. So I pulled up the schedule, and well, Michigan is coming here to the DMV in November, but I might also go down to Norman, Oklahoma, to see the Wolverines play Oklahoma in week 2. I've never been to Norman, Oklahoma. I've never I've been to Texas, but I've never been to Oklahoma at all. It looks like you fly into Oklahoma City, and then Norman is just south of Oklahoma City. So I'm thinking about doing that. The Wolverines are also playing out in Nebraska. I've never been to Nebraska. The Wolverines are going out to Los Angeles to play the USC Trojans. So yeah, and I need to make a trip back to the Big House. So that's on my dossier for the fall. One trip to the Big House, and maybe 1 or 2 trips to Norman, Oklahoma, or to Lincoln, Nebraska, maybe back up to Spartan Stadium. I don't know. We'll see. All right, everybody, welcome back to Big Discussions 76 Sports. I'm supposed to be joined by Marmar tonight. I am going to read this piece right here. It's very, very short, I promise. It's by Isaiah Hole. I'm sure everybody in this sector knows who Isaiah Hole is. Okay, he is he's an official Michigan football sports journalist. I'm just an alumni and a fan. So, but he wrote something interesting about the quarterbacks. So what's going to happen beyond Bryce Underwood? Because if you think about it, if the kid stays healthy and if he blows everybody's doors off the way that he's predicting and the way that he's predicting, then the kid probably won't stay the entire 3 years. If he starts, if he comes in and he's killing competition, if he's killing the competition right away, Bryce Underwood might be gone in a year or 2. So Sharon Moore and Chip Lindsey and that coaching staff, they need to have their eyes set on who is coming in behind Bryce Underwood right now. It sounds like it's his job to lose. It sounds like he outplayed Jaden Davis on Saturday. I think it was just the 2 of them. Mikey Keene, I think he was hurt. He didn't play. Yes, it was just those 2. It was a 2-man duel, and it sounds like Bryce won that one. But they have to also think about who's going to come in behind him. Okay, so that we don't have another Davis Warren, Alex Borgi, Jack Tuttle type year in a couple of years. All right. While I wait for Marmar, I'm going to read this brief piece. If he doesn't show, then I'll just wrap the stream up. Okay, but please smash that like button for no matter how long you stay. If you're watching on the playback, please smash that like button. I think we're going to start with a quick a Brady Hoke drop. Do I still have one queued up? Oh, I have all my drops queued up, but let's start with a quick Brady Hoke drop.
But I was not a fan of that university in Ohio because my buddies were, so I had to be different.
Let's do one more.
We understand what Michigan football means and what Michigan football is. We will always be about the team at Michigan. This is never going to be about Brady Hoke.
I just got Bo up here to join me. Please smash that like button. Whoever's watching, let me know who's here. These are always more fun when they are interactive. Let's see. How about another blast from the past? Since we're in a quarterback competition here where it seems like Bryce is going to be the guy, let's have another flash from the past here.
Do you see yourself as a starter? I know Coach Miller talked about possibly being a timeshare arrangement, kind of like a little bit similar to last year, but maybe, even at 50-50, it could be anything, you would be in the starter, JJ, How do you see the competition playing out? Do you see it as a competition?
That question was put to one Cade McNamara after leading the Wolverines to the Big Ten title. He had to compete for his job against J.J. McCarthy. Let me see. Let me play one more. How about the triple? In honor of Ryan Day and Ohio, how about the triple?
Sometimes people that are standing on third base think they hit a triple, but they didn't. Thanks.
That was Coach Harbaugh after his historic 2021 victory over the Ohio State Buckeyes at the Big House. I was one of the fans watching who wasn't sure that we could pull that one out. All right. This piece. Okay, so this one is from Isaiah Hole. Please smash that like button if you, no matter how long you watch this stream. This one is called Michigan football now favored for two 2026 quarterbacks, including a 5-star. All right, there's some dancing ladies there. Let me close this down so that doesn't disrupt my stream. All right, switch my view here. All right, Michigan football is taking no chances when it comes to bringing in the quarterback of the future. The Wolverines went a couple of cycles after J.J. McCarthy made it to campus without getting a top-tier quarterback, and thus the pickings were slim in 2024. Then in 2025, the Maize and Blue swung for the fences and brought in Bryce Underwood, the top quarterback in the country. Yeah, a major question after last season was, well, with J.J. leaving, who's going to play quarterback? Okay, so they're trying to prevent that type of thing from happening in the future. It had appeared that Michigan football had its 2026 quarterback when Cocoa, Florida 4-star Brady Hart committed last summer. But when Underwood pledged, Hart reclassified to 2025 and flipped to Texas A&M. Since, the Wolverines have been tied to a few different signal callers. Yeah, Brady Hart, he said, okay, Bryce Underwood's coming in. I'm going to have to fight for this job. He's a better quarterback than me. So I'm going somewhere else. So that was interesting. That was big news when we got positive vibes from Brady Hart. But once Bryce got signed, and that was it. So that kid wants to go and start somewhere. Brady Hart does. And who can blame him? Please smash that like button if you haven't. It had appeared that Michigan football had its 2026 quarterback. I'm sorry, I just read that one. One quarterback that the Wolverines are in good shape with is Ashland, Ohio 3-star Nathan Bernard, who has an on-3 prediction from Steve Wiltfong that he put in back on April 5th. But on April 20th, Wiltfong, that's Wiltfong. But on April 20th, Wiltfong put in another prediction without rescinding his Bernard prediction. Previously committed to Florida State, Wiltfong now anticipates that the Wolverines will land Newbury Park, California 4-star Brady Smeagol, who just recently visited campus. Smeagol is rated highest on Rivals, where he's a 5-star, number 23 overall. The On3 industry ranking has him ranked 84th in the country and the 8th best quarterback. He was expected to be a heavy lean to Washington, but the Huskies just took another quarterback, Derek Zammit, precluding Smeagol from likely ending up in Seattle. There's Bryce Underwood at the spring game there. There's a bit of a slideshow. I might go through these pictures. I don't think my guest is showing up. So this one is almost over. Smeagol is a big, strong-armed pocket passer who has put up huge numbers since his freshman season. At the recent Under Armour Next camp in Southern California, he had a very strong showing with a tightened release and his usual trademark accuracy to all three levels of the field. He's very accurate down the field, knows how to change speeds and throws with really nice touch, but he can put plenty of heat on his throws when he needs to. He's a tough kid, will stand in and take a shot and not flinch. Great natural leader, locker room guy, and teammate. Very high football IQ. His dad is a coach, so he has been around the game and has a good natural feel for playing the position. He has decent pocket mobility, not a great runner, but he can buy time and is good making throws outside of the pocket. Projects as high as major power four as a major power four prospect with Sunday potential. Okay. The Wolverines have also been pursuing Ryder Lyons, a five-star quarterback in 2026. But with Lyons set to go on a Mormon mission, it's unclear what the Maize and Blue intend to do, whether it will take Bernard or Lyons, whether it will take Bernard or Lyons, Bernard and Smeagol, or some other combination. All right, so that's that. So that's looking ahead. Okay, I thought I stopped the screen share. Stop screen share. Oh, sorry, Bo. So that's looking ahead beyond Bryce Underwood and Jaden Davis. And as I was reading that, I was just thinking that the unfortunate part of the quarterback position is that only one guy can play it for an extended period of time or a meaningful period of time, unless you're going to use some sort of platoon system like Lloyd Carr attempted to do with Tom Brady and Drew Henson, or if you're going to go with one guy and sprinkle the other guy in the way that Coach Harbaugh did with Cade McNamara and JJ McCarthy. And then in JJ's last season, the way they did with JJ McCarthy and Alex Orji. But only one guy can play. And reading this guy, the Smeagol guy's resume, bringing him in might create some serious competition for Bryce Underwood. So only one of these guys can be QB1. So if Bryce, well, I think he's going to have to stay. I think the rule is they have to stay 3 years. So Bryce will have to stay 3 years. So this new kid, he's going to, well, hopefully everything works out for everybody. But yeah, you never know. You never know when there's going to be an injury. You never know when something unforeseen is going to happen for one of these kids. And then next thing you know, instead of Bryce being the guy, it's this Brady Smeagol kid. So you never know. Please smash that like button. Does anybody have any comment on any of this? My guest is not here. It's 20 after. I have to get up early in the morning to my day job. So I was willing to enter. Oh, let me check my text messages here. Nope, that's not who I hoped it was. Okay, so yeah, whomever is watching, do you have any thoughts on any of this? If not, then I will wrap the stream up. Let's take a quick look at some pictures from the spring game. From what I heard, I'll be looking out for it this week so I could watch the footage myself. It sounds like Bryce had a better game than Jaden Davis. I think Jaden threw some picks, and they said his throwing motion looks better, but he's still got the thing there that everybody's afraid of. Let's pull up this link here from MGO Blue. I'm gonna go over this. I'm going to sprint through this. All right, so this is the teams there before kickoff. The Maize versus Blue spring game, big plays log. So this wasn't captured on ESPN or Google that I could line the stats up next to one another and compare. But let's see. The University of Michigan football program wrapped up its spring practice with its annual Maize versus Blue spring game on Saturday afternoon at Michigan Stadium. The blue team accounted for all 17 points in the contest. Okay. Whoops. All right. Kicker Stuart Blake got the blue team on the board with a 28-yard field goal at the 11-minute and 3-second mark in the second quarter. Running back Micah Kapana scored the game's first touchdown from 2 yards out to put the blue team up 10-zip. Quarterback Bryce Underwood found tight end Jalen Hoffman for an 88-yard score to close out the afternoon and give the blue team the 17-0 victory over the Maize team. That particular play was all on social media. Hoffman paced all receivers with 7 receptions for 148 yards. Running back Bryson Zelle led all rushers with 105 yards on 14 carries, including a 30-yard run in the third quarter. Defensive back Jeremiah Lowe logged 2 interceptions with 1 return yard, along with a pass breakup for the blue team. Linebacker Cole Sullivan led all defenders in tackles with 7, including 1 sack and 2 tackles for a loss. And then finally, punter Hudson Hollenbeck downed 3 of 5 attempts inside the 20 while punting for both teams. All right. Let me check my phone one more time. I don't think this message is from whom I think it is. Nope, it's from somebody else. It's from the individual who gave me the Michigan Man poem, which I have not read here recently. All right, everybody. I'm not going to prolong this. I was supposed to have a guest, but things happen. But I'll be, as I see this news and these latest developments with the program in this off season, I will come on and report them here. And when I have guests, I will bring them up. But I just wanted to, that looked interesting to me. And I also saw the depth charts. Someone reported the projected depth charts for Team 146. So I did save those. Well, I saved at least one of them. Maybe it was the offense, maybe it was the defense. But I will come back at some point and present those as the summer months go on and as we get closer to fall camp. So I am going to wrap this stream up. Thank you to those of you who watched. If you're watching on the playback, please like this stream. And also, please consider subscribing to the channel if you are not subscribed. I'm showing that ticker at the bottom, not to solicit donations. I don't do that over here anymore. But I did mention that I had a book signing last week in Buffalo. I did write a sports-related book. And if anyone here wants a copy, The Engineers of Western New York Basketball Story, Part 1, Innocent Basketball Dreams, I will be selling signed author copies here for $27 for the hardcover and $22 for the paperback. On Amazon, that hardcover is available for $35 and the paperback is available for $27. So I'm discounting the prices, and the shipping and handling is built into those prices. $27 for the paperback. No, $27 for the hardcover, $22 for the paperback. And there are a lot of themes, yeah, in that book, that in my book, that we see in Michigan football and that we've seen in Michigan football. One big one is what I just described with the quarterback situation. Only one person can play, and right now Bryce appears to be the guy, but anything can happen. Injuries can happen. Low grades can happen. Domestic disputes can happen. Anything can happen that can change the trajectory for any player and for his team. Another commonality between my book and the Wolverines is culture. Okay, a lot of times to win and to win consistently, you need a solid and consistent culture where the players have bought in and where the players believe in the coaching staff and they believe in themselves. So culture is critical in any arena of sports, and culture has been a major part of our storied football program. Whether it was Bo, whether it was Jim, whether it was Lloyd Carr, yeah, culture. All right, everyone, I'm going to wrap this stream up. Thank you for watching. Let me check this one more time before I log this off. Okay, 14 minutes. Okay, if you're watching this on the playback, let me know what you think about any of this. Did you go to the spring game? What do you think about the quarterback race? What do you think about this news regarding who the next quarterback will be after Bryce? Let me know what you think about any of that if you're watching this on the playback. All right, everyone, I'm going to wrap this up. Go Blue. As always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Always try to do your best. Take care, and I will talk to you the next time. Yeah, so again, as I was flying back from Buffalo, and as I was looking at that picture of Johnny Olden, the great Johnny Olden, give Johnny a digital bow. The other guys, the other content creators at Wink Martindale, I was thinking that, yeah, this year, yeah, I may definitely try to go to that Oklahoma game because I've never been there. 20 minutes. Marmar. Okay. I was wrapping up. Okay. Give me 20 minutes. Give me 20 minutes. All right, it's 8 o'clock. Okay, Marmar, I need to wrap up by 8:30. So let's try to do this again. We have the entire summer before the season kicks off. So yeah, I need to wrap this up. I can't be on past 8:30 tonight. So I'm gonna wrap the stream up. Once again, if you're watching on the playback, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you all the next time. Take care. Bye-bye.